Hello, everybody. So I want to talk about people pleasing, but I want to talk about it from a coaching perspective. So whether you're a coach or not, you'll benefit from this. But if you are a coach, this might give you some good tips, some good food for thought around the topic of people pleasing. And I have an unpopular opinion about people pleasing, but stay with me on this one after I share what my opinion is. Well, my opinion is that people who people please, we're all guilty of it in certain ways, but it's a manipulation, right? Because why do we people please? Because we want something from the other person. We want their approval. We want their good opinions. We want something from them. So we're doing it in return for something. So, sometimes people say, will say like, oh, my people pleaser, like they're a martyr or they should have a badge of honor for their people pleasing. And it's if you really want to help a client to face the truth of it, it's when they can see that they're doing it in return for something and help them to get clear on, is that the way they want to be, or is that being in integrity with themselves? Yeah. Is that freedom for them? Yeah. So what you would do is, and just to, the reasons why we typically people please is we're afraid of what people will think about us if we say no. We're afraid of what people will say about us. They might talk badly about us. And fear of what they will think, fear of yeah, and also fear of letting them down. Often we don't want to let people down. However, in the process, if we're people pleasing, we can let ourselves down. So a good coaching question to ask is to help them to see, to get curious about, why do you think it is, to ask this coaching question? Why do you think you are prioritizing their needs? Let's get curious. Why are you prioritizing their needs over yours? And let them reflect on that. And if you're people pleasing, you can reflect on it too. Think about whoever you're people pleasing to and get curious. Why are you prioritizing their needs over your needs? So think about that, and they might come back and say, well, because I don't want to upset them. And it's, oh, let's get curious about that. Why don't you want to upset them? Go dig down to help them to recognize why they're making that choice. And that's also, to help them to see that it's a choice they're making, and they can make different choices when they have clarity, because it's so unconscious. Yeah, it's kind of this survival. I don't want to be kicked out by the tribe, so I'm going to please them. I need something in return. But when you get clear about that and you realize that you're giving your power away in making those choices, and you can take your power back by being in integrity with yourself and recognizing that, will I be okay if that person dumps me or speaks bad about me if I say no? And also looking at, is that the kind of people that you want in your life? People that, aren't able to see past their own needs and who are judging you because you have to take care of yourself, or you're taking care of yourself first. And also, by the way, we can communicate it in nice ways. I mean, I know people say no is a complete sentence, but there's certain situations where you can say, I really would love to help, and it's just beyond what I can cope with right now. I've got to take care of my health, and I really hope that you can find the solution you're looking for. For example, personally, in my opinion, I don't see an issue with sharing that if it's somebody that is important to us, rather than no. You don't have to be radical, right? So, but helping a client to get clear on the fact that they're prioritizing that other person because they're believing that they need something from that person, usually approval. Yeah. And asking them, is that more important to them? And that's, an honest question, and not to judge, from a coaching perspective. And I remember asking this, and one client saying, yes, it felt more important to have that person's approval rather than their own approval of themselves. And that's interesting information. Yeah. Because why would we want someone else's approval over our own approval of ourselves? And there, really, the work to be done is, it's like, well, let's get curious about how you can raise your self-esteem and your value of yourself so that you prioritize yourself first, and also that you'll be safe without that person in your life, because it might mean that that person doesn't want to be in your life anymore, that you're not meeting their needs and they want to find someone else who will, for example, right? And your life might be the better for it. But it's, you know, it's really getting clear and also trusting that if you let go of what are they called? Energy vampires. If you let go of them, that you're making space for fresh new energy, fresh new friendships. Yeah. And that it's safe for me. And also, what I love to work on clients with around this is it's safe for me to be alone, to be with myself, because people think I'm just too uncomfortable to be on my own. Like I need that person in my life. And it's like, well, do I, you know, at what cost? And that's a good coaching question as well, is what is it costing you? What is it costing you to believe that? What is it costing you to prioritize their needs over your needs? And when they can see the cost and they can also see what's the benefit of putting your own needs first and being in integrity with yourself, they might say, oh, I have this weird belief that that it's selfish of me. And then helping them to see, you know, is it true? Is it true? Like, let's get curious about that too. In coaching, and I'll talk about this in tomorrow's training about how to conduct a good coaching session. Curiosity is a really good tool. It's just, there's no judgment. It's like just a clear mind. A clear mind is a mind at peace. It's a free mind. Yeah, when we have clarity. So it's with curiosity, just examining beliefs. Yeah. It's like, oh, let's get curious about the selfishness. Is it selfish if you put your own needs first? Why might you, why might that be true? And maybe it's not true. What would be the benefit of you putting your own needs first for you, for those around you, for your health, for your loved ones' health, yeah, for your dreams, for your future? And that's another one as well. You know, especially women will put their dreams on hold because they prioritize somebody else's needs. That's a common one. And it's a real form of sabotage for our dreams. And it's, you know, putting others' needs first. And oh, well, why didn't you achieve that dream? Well, you know, I had certain, somebody else needed me. And you know, you can, if it's a loved one, obviously, you know, that's a choice that you make. There's again no judgment, but a clear mind can make empowered decisions. Yeah. However, be careful, because with people pleasing comes resentment and toxicity in a relationship. Because if you're people pleasing, or if somebody's people pleasing with you, just we can reverse roles. If somebody's people pleasing with you, and then you don't live up to whatever expectation they have, you know, it becomes this kind of a measuring, and it's really unhealthy. And resentment is a great breeding ground for resentment. What's a much healthier way of functioning is feeling completely safe to be able to say no, knowing that the other person will understand, and trusting that the other person knows that you absolutely would if you could, knowing that you absolutely care, and right now you cannot do it. Right, that's healthy, and that, you know, that your friendship or intimate relationship doesn't suffer as a result. You know, that's a beautiful, healthy way of functioning. So there you go. I hope that helps. I interspersed some questions in there. Let me know if you've got any questions around that, because it is a topic that's interesting for me. And, you know, I hope you understand why I see it as manipulation. No, it's innocent, right? I'm not saying it in like, you're a manipulator, judgy kind of way, but just recognizing that, oh, yes, it's true. I'm doing it to get something. And that's what we do when we're, you know, we manipulate in order to try and get something, you know, it's covert. So, uh, people pleasing be gone. Integrity with self, that's where your power is. Take your power back, stand tall and brave and strong, and you'll feel much better in yourself, much more confident, with that clear, healthy mind. If you want my help with it, message me. And also tune in tomorrow at 2 p.m. Swiss time, because I'm going to be giving a training on how you can deliver a really good coaching session. All the elements involved following the ICF guidelines. So I'm looking forward to sharing that. Comment below if you don't know where it is happening, or if you want more information on that, or if you want the replay. And yeah, comment below with your thoughts about what I'm sharing now. You know, I'd love to hear your thoughts on what I share, or if you think that I've left out anything, comment below and contribute to the conversation so that we can end people pleasing. Lots of love.